This past weekend, I finished 36th place out of over 1,000 competitors at the Peoria Regional Championships with Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX is an absolute powerhouse of a deck that just refuses to disappear, even with counters in the format like Drapion V from Lost Origin that can easily one-hit KO Mew VMAX for no energy. Drapion V is so good that me and my testing group decided to play Drapion V in our own Mew VMAX deck. I'm really stoked to show off the new Mew VMAX deck, but before we get to it, I want to take a moment to show off the new Tricky Gym hoodies that are going to be on sale for a limited time. I've only got 200 of them, and by the time this video goes live, it'll be way less than that. So if you want to support the channel and look as cool as Charizard here, definitely make sure to check out trickygym.com, where I've got these fresh heather gray Tricky Gym hoodies available for a limited time. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and to everybody who's already picked one up. Now, let's check out that Mew VMAX deck. Out of the top 5 Mew VMAX players from Peoria, 4 of us were running this exact deck list, with my buddy Riley Hulbert just barely whiffing top 8 and finishing in the top 16. I'm super proud of how everybody performed with this deck this past weekend, and I think it's really strong in this current format. Now, you might notice that modern Mew VMAX decks look a lot different than Mew VMAX decks from a few months ago. There's no Fusion Strike energy, no Elisa Sparkle, and no Meloetta. These lists just rely on double turbo energy to power up Mew VMAX's Cross Fusion Strike attack to copy your other Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks. When you don't have to play Elisa Sparkle in your deck or Fusion Strike energy, you got a lot more room for activities, like Cross Switcher, which can allow you to gust up an opponent's Pokemon and play a supporter card in the same turn, like Marnie, which is great for disrupting the opponent's hand, and Roxanne, which is also great for disrupting the opponent's hand. This is one of my favorite things about this version of Mew, is that we've got a lot of ways to disrupt what the opponent is doing with Marnie and Roxanne. This list even plays a single copy of Path to the Peak, which might seem completely counterintuitive since it turns off your own Genesect V's Fusion Strike system abilities, but it's actually really strong because it also turns off the opponent's Pokemon V's abilities, and Mew doesn't actually need any abilities in order to attack. So at the end of the game, you can Roxanne your opponent to just 2 cards and then turn off all of their rule box Pokemon's abilities with a Path to the Peak, and then finish the game off with a couple of Techno Blast attacks. This deck is super aggressive and really fun to play, and who doesn't like seeing Drapion V get in there to take a surprise knockout here and there? Check it out in the gameplay ahead, and let me know what you think of Mew VMAX in the comments below. This deck is broken, dude. I'm just telling you, this deck is so broken. This is a filthed out deck. You literally, every opening hand with this deck just feels glorious. Absolutely glorious. Just look at this insane hand. It's nuts. And then you're off to the races. Big chillin'. Say, I don't want that. There we go. Draw some cards, and I'm ready to blast something into next week. The Path to the Peak is sometimes important. I don't think my opponent's going to play a turn 1 Path against me because they are playing Greninja. So I'm just going to wait here. I pretty much have what I need already. Nah, I'm not going to wait here. I'm going to get rid of the Path. The Path is really good against, if this is Kyurem, Palkia, the Path is really good against that deck, but you really only want it at the end of the game. So potentially we'll try to Cyllene it back into the deck later. So here we'll just pass, and then I'm ready to blast off next turn. We're going to target down whatever my opponent puts onto the bench. And then at the end of the game, you just disrupt the hand with Marnie and Roxanne. Looks like it is going to be Kyurem Palkia. Kyurem Palkia was definitely the most popular deck at the Peoria Regional Championships. I'm very comfortable with this matchup. They are setting up quite well, though, with 2 Palkia and 2 Kyurem. However, if they do all of this, then that means that they probably don't have room for both an Oranguru and a Crobat. So we're in a funny spot because they have 1 water energy in the discard pile, and they've got 1 energy on their Kyurem right now. I feel like we want to actually target down this Kyurem with the water because they have 2 Palkia out. So it's like they're probably going to get that VSTAR power, and I can't stop them. So we'll put the PokéStop into play. And I haven't seen my energy yet. So that's the piece we need to find. We'll do 1 Fusion Strike system and see if we find any pieces to help us inform our decision. The Echoing Horn is really good. So I don't necessarily want to get rid of that. I think I'm okay to just PokéStop. Yep, we did find a double turbo there. But that's okay. We're going to go for double Cross Switcher. Fail it. So I think that if I go for the boss, I have a smaller chance of finding the energy I need. So I think I'm better off just going for the Marnie. Thank you, Trainer Red, for the 22 months. Appreciate you. We were so close to that other Cross Switcher. It's unfortunate. We can Ultra Ball away these, and now we're really digging. I have 3 double turbos left in deck, so that's fine. Just need to find a double turbo, and I need to find my other Cross Switcher. Okay, we found the double turbo. Now we'll Trek. We want the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball will help me to dig further, so I would say, yeah. And then we can Ultra Ball away these. And I just need to find... Ooh, I only have 1 other Cross Switcher in my deck. That's sus. All right, well, we've got 4 cards to find it. We do not. So, that was a very uncommon whiff, but we did whiff that. Just Max Miracle for the knockout. Usually, I think I prized 2 Cross Switchers there. So that's kind of the reason why we were not able to find it. But it's okay. We've still got a route here. Definitely. They pretty much always have to put Crobat into play. That's something that's always plays to your advantage in this matchup because the Crobat can just easily get knocked out and then knocked out again. But the problem is that I had to take the Greninja, but knocking out the Greninja does kind of like help, obviously, because it eliminates some of their draw. They've got Melanie. They still need 4 energy and a Choice Belt to take the knockout, so it's possible that they could whiff. But with the Evolution Incense, they can actually go get Palkia, and they can get 5 energy if they want. But that's where Roxanne comes in, right? Because they're going to take 3 prizes. I'm going to limit their hand. This is where we want the path. Like, you really want that path here to be able to Roxanne path. But we don't really have that option So it's unfortunate, but you could see how quickly the games... You see how quickly these games go, though, right? Which is something that I think made Mew a very good tournament deck, because you get in the game, you get into the thick of the game very fast, and you're able to find your routes. You're able to find your routes very quickly, or lose very quickly. So I kind of need to pressure this Kyurem. I don't really want to gust. I just need to hope that they can't get 5 energy or 4 energy onto this Kyurem again. So I'm going to smack the Kyurem. We're going to bench this Mew. And we are just going to Roxanne. I like keeping all these ball search cards in my deck because they're going to allow me to draw off of this Genesect. And we find Cyllene, which is perfect because I'm going to need that next turn to try and stop them from doing what they need to do. I wish I could get rid of this PokéStop, but I don't really have an option to do that right now. So I think I'm just chilling. I'll play the Power Tablet. That card doesn't really matter right now. And we can Fusion Strike System for 2. We've got Cross Switcher and the Cram. Again, I just need to pressure this Kyurem, because if I don't, then they will build up the Kyurem to be able to knock out my Mew VMAX. I could Psychic Leap this, but it's really not worth it. No, it's not. Okay, I like this. We're just going to Cross Fusion Strike Technoblast. And then we hope that off that Roxanne, that they cannot get a 4 energy Kyurem. We know they can Oranguru once to Glaciated World. We know they can attach, but they need to not have Melanie in their hand, right? That's like the real clincher. If they have Melanie off of Roxanne to 2, then like, okay, you got it. So we just hope that they're 1 energy short. And then I can Cyllene, put some cards back on top of my deck, knock out the Kyurem, Gust, knockout game, right? They go for the Desperation PokéStop, doesn't help. And they've got Training Courts, but it doesn't matter, because they can't attach that extra energy. They don't have the second Kyurem VMAX. They don't have another Oranguru set up, and they just have to settle for 280 damage. So now I'm using Psychic Leap for 80. It's got 80 hit points left. So what I can do is, yeah, we could Psychic Leap, promote like Oricorio or something, and then just Gust for game. So let's Power Tablet. Let's Cram-o-matic. Okay. And all we really want, I mean, double turbo energy is like fine. I'm just like getting cards that I can play so that I can actually Cyllene. We're going to do this, and then we're going to go for Cyllene, and we hit heads, and now the card we want is Path. And then we're going to Fusion Strike System. Okay. And then we Ultra Ball away Echoing Horn and Battle VIP Pass. We fail it. Fusion Strike System for 3. And then I could, well, let's see. Because if they top deck Melanie, they could win if I attack with this Mew, right? So we don't want to do that. We do want to Psychic Leap. So we want to increase our odds of being able to have that. So let's Quick Ball away, I think, this Cross Switcher. And we will Fusion Strike System for 2 more. It's pretty good. And then we'll slam the path down. I've only got 2 cards left in deck. Oh, I need to retreat. Yeah, that's right. Okay, retreat, Cross Switcher. Or retreat, do that, and then Cross Fusion Strike, Psychic Leap. So we do that. Mew goes back into the deck. Yeah. And then we take our 3 prizes. We're going to promote Oricorio. Take our 3. We've got Big D, Genesect, and Trekking Shoes. Trekking Shoes, great here. I didn't... A fresh Mew VMAX. That's right. I could have actually, with Cyllene, I could have put a fresh Mew VMAX and just done it that way. Probably. That's true. We could have done it either way. They just have to attach to Palkia and pass. Now, we'll bench the Mew. And then we will Trekking Shoes. Do I want the Cross Switcher? No. We got a Choice Belt. That's fine. We'll grab this fella. Evolve here. And I will pass. And then we've got it next turn, all right? We're chilling, bro. We're chilling. Everything's A-okay. Had it with the Cross Switcher? Well, if I took the Cross Switcher, but then I didn't have anything to Cram-o-matic away. So we had to just wait for the double turbo energy. Listen, we got there, all right? Like I said, you've got so much finesse power with this deck. Look at that. Boom! Let's go, baby. Finesse power. Big D. Here for moral support. And I'm playing a Mew Mirror. Let's go! Big D in the right place at the right time. We're about to play a Mew VMAX Mirror. And he is ready for business. Just look at that face. You know this Drapion V is ready to party. Now, some Mew VMAX lists were playing Volo. I think that that is not a great card. In Mew VMAX, I would much rather play Hyper Potion. Now my opponent is about to scoop up their cards because Big D is taking the knockout. Turn 1 on their only Mew. That's right. Ain't nothing they could do about it. And I cram heads, and I got another Battle VIP Pass right here. And we're going to get 2 Mew VMAX. Just look at this. Glorious Drapion V doing exactly what he set out to do. Man, doesn't get any better than this, folks. Try as they might to play around Drapion V's wild style, there's nothing they could do about it. Dynamic tail. That Mew is gone, baby. And I'm taking 2 prizes on the first turn of the game, going second. Let's go. You don't mess with the D. They thought they could play around wild style. They could not. Double turbo energy helps to power up Drapion V. Easy mode. And this is why we played this card in our Mew deck. So that in the mirror match, you can attack first, even if you're going second. It's incredible. And now, Big D! Let's go! Yes! Looks like I'm playing against a Lost Box Giratina deck. These decks can be tough to compete against because they usually play Drapion V. The Comfy engine is very susceptible to hand disruption, though, which is why we opted to play 2 copies of Marnie and a Roxanne. So that's usually going to be our strategy at the end of the game. Just using Marnie early, Roxanne at the end. Make sure that you can rely on your Echoing Horn to bring up Pokemon V that you've already knocked out, knock them out again. The Lost City is going to be very good if they put Drapion down. We can do that whole thing. Looks like they are playing a Rangaroo in their list, and there's a Cram-o-matic. The Hyper Potion is good in this deck if your opponent is trying to like math out your Genesects. Yeah, thank you, JB Gamble. Appreciate you for the Prime sub and the 40 months. And huge thank you to everybody who's picked up a Tricky Gym hoodie so far. It really helps me to fund the upgrades that I make to the studio here, like the new computer that I'm streaming on right now and the new cameras that I picked up. It's just a huge help with the development of the channel. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. They're available at trickygym.com if you want to scope them out. They are printed locally here in Akron by my buddy George, who owns a screen printing shop. He's a super nice guy. He does all the merch for Full Grip Games as well. So thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Coffee Island over here has got Giratina V on the bench. Looks like they're powering that dude up by getting some cards in the Lost Zone. They got 3, so that's fine. We will be using Marnie. So let's start off with Quick Ball away a Quick Ball, and we'll go get a Jenny. And then I almost feel like using double Cross Switcher to like harass them a little bit. Like just bring up the Giratina or something. But that's probably not something I need to do. So yeah, we'll just Marnie. Save the Cross Switchers in the deck. Thank you, Jamullins Rocks, for the Prime sub. And we've got a broken looking hand right here. I'm loving it, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Battle VIP Pass. And then I'm trekking, baby. Do I want a Quick Ball? Yeah, I'll take a Quick Ball. Do I really want that Quick Ball? Nah, I'm drawing more cards. All right, we got a boss there. Then I can Quick Ball away these shoes. That's cool because I already got everything I need. Gonna get another Jenny. Thank you, Poké Champion, for that sub in the 13 months. Appreciate you, Poké Champion. And Fusion Strike System. I'm gonna draw some cards. Love it. Battle VIP Pass. Let's get ourselves another Genesect. Or we could get, if they play Choice Belts, could be a little sus. Might want an Oricorio in play. That's probably fine. We'll get the Oricorio. And we'll Fusion Strike System for 2. And, I mean, this hand is kind of loaded. So, I think I'm just going to retreat into this Mew and pass. And the reason why I'm going to retreat into this Mew is because if they do decide to hit it with Cram-o-matic or something, I can just Hyper Potion and heal it with a double turbo energy. Thank you, McFatster, for the Prime sub. Pro Paper Folder. The size of the hoodies. I like if you wear large shirts, I would get an extra large hoodie, personally. Because in my mind, hoodies are supposed to be like, you know, able to be layered, right? So I would order a size up personally. Like, I wear large shirts, but I'll wear an extra large hoodie. But I could fit into a large hoodie. But like the way I would want it to fit would be an extra large. So that I could wear a shirt underneath it if I want to layer it, right? But it depends on how you roll. You know, if you want something fitted, you just order the same size as your shirt size. All right, I've got Comfies. 4 cards in a Lost Zone. That's cool. I'm feeling very confident about my position in this match right now. Because at most, they're probably just going to smack me for 90 damage, which I can heal, and then I can knock out their Giratina. At worst, they bring up Drapion. If they bring up Drapion, I'm going to try and Cram-o-matic for the Lost City and put that down. Thank you, Poke Champion, for that gifted sub. Appreciate you, Poke Champion. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They do have Mirage Gate online now, so if they want to, they can Mirage Gate to the Giratina. And they could come up and do 280 damage to my Mew. If they do that, I will just double Power Tablet, knock out their Giratina. In return, it's no problem. And then if they bring up another Giratina and do it again, then I will double Power Tablet and knock it out again and Roxanne them to 2. It looks like they might try to use Radiant Greninja, maybe, to soften up my dudes. They can do 70 damage to 2 of my guys. I don't really care if they do that, because I'm still just going to gust you up and blast your Giratina. Right? And they just sent their Roxanne to the Lost Zone too, which I'm happy to see, because who likes to get Roxanne? They probably, I mean, they could play a path. They probably don't, though. So I probably don't have to worry about Roxanne too much. Escape Rope. We'll send up Oricorio. It's fine. I know they can knock out the Oricorio with the Cram, but I really don't want to send up this Mew, and I really don't want to send up a Genesect. You see, like, if we send up a Genesect, then I have to find a Switch card. And I'm, like, really not trying to do that. So I'm okay sacking the 1 Oricorio and then blasting their Giratina next turn. They are powering up the Greninja, but that's totally fine, right? Because I play the Hyper Potion. It doesn't matter. We're not worried about that at all. The chip damage is meaningless, which is really just negated by the single Hyper Potion. All for... Sheesh. That's fine. You think they play... Yeah, it's cool, brother. All right, let's guest up this guy. And you know what? It's not great, but it's cool. I'm gonna draw a couple. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, bro, it's fine. I don't need him. Fusion Strike System. Find Ultra Ball. I don't want to give them the PokéStop. Which is why, because like PokéStop's good for them. You know, they can find good stuff. So I don't want to give them that. Go Ultra Ball. Get the Mew. And I don't think they play Path. Well, Fusion Strike System. There's our Hyper Potion. Pal Pad. Okay. Let's... Cram-o-matic. Sick. We'll Pal Pad back in these guys. Draw some more. Fusion Strike System. And yeah. Let's go. We've got Lost Zone. I can send this thing back into the Lost Zone. But that puts more cards in the Lost Zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. What if I just put the path down? That could be kind of neat. Just like force them to deal with that. Nah, we're just going to chill. Yeah, I'll put the path down. I'll mess around. All right, here we go. Technoblast. I could have probably max miracled that. 310 damage with the gust. Found Roxanne off the prizes. That's great. We're going to save the Lost City in case they play Drapion. Also, by playing the path here, we make it so that they have to have a stadium counter in order to put Drapion down, right? So the path here is doing quite a bit. It's stopping concealed cards. It also stops Drapion from attacking for free. Right? It's significant. And I've got a counter stadium in my hand already. And I've got back-to-back Mews. So, like, I really don't need anything in order to attack next turn. We did just vanquish all of my power tablets, unfortunately. Because sometimes... You know, sometimes you get into a hand with 4 power tablets. And you just got to play those. It's not great. Getting the second V into Lost... I'm telling you, the Drapion is a bigger fear than Thornton. Drapion is a bigger fear than Thornton here. The Thornton Giratina play, I played 15 rounds at the Peoria Regional Championships, and guess how many times I saw somebody pull off the Thornton play? I'll give you a sec. 15 rounds. How many times did I see somebody pull off the Thornton play? 0 times, chat. 0. Not a single time. Guess how many Drapions I saw? A dozen. Not one person pulled off the Thornton play, but I saw a gazillion Drapion. So I am definitely more concerned about Drapion than I am about the Thornton Tina play. Also, John Eng's list that he top 8'd with did not play Thornton. So if people are looking at that list, then that's something to keep in mind. I got the ordinary rod. All right, so I'm going to put the Tina back into the deck. That's a little bit annoying because now I can't do my whole thing where I Echoing Horn, knock it out again. But it's cool. We'll make it work. Here's Sableye. And this is like, so they're going to try and do like snipe damage on me now. And that's where the Hyper Potion is just going to come in clutch. Right? Because I'm not going to let any of this damage add up. So they're going to decide to put the damage on my Genesect, which makes sense. And they're powering it up for Sableye later, right? So at this point, I'm like, all right. I actually can't play like any of these cards. I am kind of stuck, aren't I? Gust up the Sableye. I need to find an energy. Ooh. I can double Cross Switcher up something now. I will double Cross Switcher back up the Greninja. And we'll draw some cards. That's cool. Cram-o-matic. Broken. Go get the double turbo energy. Play it there. Hyper Potion. And then we draw some cards. And we're pretty much chilling here. I can Ultra Ball away these. I've got 9 cards left in the deck. And we'll Fusion Strike System for 3. It's pretty cool. 6 cards left in the deck. We're chilling. And let's Techno Blast. Send the Greninja to the Lost Zone. And go down to 3 prizes. We find Switch Carts, which is cool. And we should be in a pretty good position. We've got the Roxanne. However, here if they go Drapion, and Stadium Counter, then I have to just Roxanne knock them out and hope that they don't have Rod, but they've already used a Rod. John Ang did play 2 Rods, but it's fine. I've got Mirage Gate. You can see they're kind of just spinning their wheels. Not, no Giratinas going on. They got Sableye, they got a Grass on the Comfy, but no Giratina in the discard pile, so they can't Thornton right now. They can use Sableye to knock out my Genesect, but I will be going to 2 prizes remaining. Once I get to 2 prizes remaining, then I should be kind of chilling. Because even if they go in with their Drapion, I can just finish it off for game. That's the hope anyways. So here's Sableye. I don't have any Power Tablets. My Cyllene is still at large. So I could... And they're really in the bottom of their deck. They probably have like most of their deck available to them right now. And I can Roxanne this turn, but I don't have any Pokemon V to knock out, which is tough. It's another benefit to not sending the Giratina V to the Lost Zone is that I had it. You're just going to give it to me? All right. 2! All right, so that's like their win con is that they're trying to go Giratina VSTAR, but they've got 2 Giratina VSTAR in the Lost Zone. So maybe they have 1 Giratina VSTAR left. So they're going to go knock out my Genesect. And then hope to maybe Giratina VSTAR, Star Requiem for game. I'm actually really excited that they're putting all these energy back into their deck, because that's going to dilute their deck a whole lot. Now, I really want my other Cross Switcher. Oh, they're going to Mirage Gate. Never mind. This is kind of sus now. So I need to try and keep them out of the game-winning VSTAR attack. Huh. At this point, maybe I am getting a little bit punished by sending up that... Maybe I'm getting a little bit punished by sending up that Oricorio earlier in the game. Ball and High, thank you so much for the Prime sub in the 4 months. Yeah, so they got 100 damage here. They place 20 damage onto the Mew VMAX. It's fine. And they take their 2 prizes. There are 3 prizes remaining. This is a little bit sketch, but we'll see what we can do. Trekking Shoes? No. Find Boss. I will just Roxanne. And hopefully there is double Cross Switcher in the deck. I'm starting to feel like the other Cross Switcher might be prized. Fusion Strike System? Nope. All right, so we're going to bring up this guy. And Techno Blast for knockouts. And the hope is that they do not have Giratina VSTAR and a Psychic Energy off of this Roxanne to 2. They've got 12 cards left in deck, and only 1 Comfy in play, and a Rangaroo. Well, there's the Mirage Gate. I can get all the energy, but I need them to not have Giratina VSTAR. And then we're fine. Do they have it? There's another Comfy. Uh-oh. They've only got 2 cards in hand. They will Rangaroo first. And then, as you can see, Roxanne is the best card in the format right now. Like I said, hand disruption. Hand disruption is serious. There's no way you have it. Let's go! Hand disruption, baby. Like I said, Roxanne is perfect. And Mew is one of the best decks at playing Roxanne in the game right now. So, what do you think? Is Mew VMAX still busted, or is it washed up? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content just like the stuff you watched here every weekday. Now y'all have a good one. See ya!